Hey everybody, my name is Josh with Late Start Piano. I've been playing piano for about 1 year now. Just wanted to make this video just because when I first started, I had a lot of issue with the height of the bench, and I basically would be readjusting the height of the bench pretty much every time before I started playing. And I also had a lot of pain, especially in the wrist, right around the carpal tunnel, which is right in the middle of your hand. Um, Actually got so bad to the point I was using even arthritis cream to try to just alleviate the pain. And I was only playing for maybe 30 minutes to an hour every day, so nothing crazy. Um, but when I figured this out, where to sit at the bench, exactly the height we wanted at, really alleviated all of that. So I just want to make a quick video here, share that with you. So first thing what we want to look for is the 90-degree angle. So right now, if you look at my arm, there's kind of a 90-degree angle right here between the elbow, the rest of the forearm and the wrist and the hand is all in line. Okay, so if you're sitting too high, it's going to kind of look like this, exaggerated. It's going to be like you're banging away on these keys, really just pushing downward in a downward motion. So that's not what you want. You want that 90-degree angle right here. If you're sitting too low, which is probably the more common issue, I can kind of crouch to exaggerate, but you're going to have the elbow way down here. So you have a V shape, and then your wrist is going to be overcompensating. So you'll have that additional V shape angle in the wrist like that. So you'll be playing like this. Either way, it's not what you want. Again, you want that 90-degree angle right here. You want everything to be aligned, so you don't want your elbow sticking out like this or inside like this. You want your elbow right behind your hand in the wrist area like this. Nice and easy. All right. So again, just some common guidelines here. If you don't have a bench that adjusts, you definitely want to invest in a bench. I would suggest one that has the knobs on the side so you can make the micro adjustments. So the bench, when I first started playing, the bench I was using, you basically slid it up into the slot, so you couldn't do the micro adjustments that you really needed. So I was caught between two heights of the bench. And when I finally paid like $160 or whatever it was to get the new bench, made the micro adjustments, now you can have it perfectly set exactly where you want it. Some other criteria as well you just want to look for. You don't want to be sitting way in the back of the bench like this. You don't want to be sitting dead center either, because now your legs are more in contact with the bench. You don't really want a lot of that. You want less leg in contact with the bench so that you have more freedom to lean back and forth if you're playing up high, if you're playing down low. You want to be able to kind of move your body weight freely. So really what you want to do is sit on the front quarter of the bench as far as get that exact height there. How far back you should sit. That was another issue I had. And where you want to sit is where your right leg or your right kneecap is kind of right under the bench, right under the board of the bench. So if you can kind of see that right now, if I just lift my leg up, it just clears the board of the bench. So you don't want your knee way under. You don't want your knee way back like this. It should be just underneath where the board starts, okay? And again, we want that for the same reasons. As we move up the piano, we want to be free. As we move down the piano, we want to be free. We also need to sit back a good way so that the elbow, if you're playing down low, your body's in the way. So if you're sitting too close to the piano, now your body is preventing you from going down with the right arm. So if you sit back a little bit, shoulders are up high, shoulders back, now you have that freedom, as you can see, to move the elbow easily. Now I did say sit high, but you don't want a military posture. You don't want shoulders way too far back, chest way too far out like this. That's not going to be comfortable either. So you just want your shoulders slightly back, sit up straight. You can have a slight lean, like I'm kind of leaning forward right now. You don't want to be crazy with it. You don't want to be leaning far back, but you don't have to sit perfectly straight like this. I would just recommend a slight forward bend up there as well. So just to recap, again, you want the 90-degree angle. You want to sit up tall, slight bend, shoulders back. Your knee should be slightly in front of the board of the piano so you can lift it up like this. That's a good test. And again, you want the elbow behind the wrist, everything in one straight line here. So hopefully that helps. Again, my name is Josh with Late Start Piano.